Hello again and welcome back. I'm Saeed, a DevOps engineer and a certified Kubernetes enthusiast. You can find me right here on this YouTube channel. Follow me on X at SaeedF0 and LinkedIn as Saeed. All of the links will be down below. So here we are on question 5. We're told to look at a pod manifest file and we're actually instructed to attempt to create the pod in this question here. And we're told that it should result in a failure, and it has. So let's look at the reason why. It's telling us that due to an admission webhook, validating webhook open policy agent, we've been denied because the image comes from an untrusted registry. So it's telling us to troubleshoot and fix the OPA validation issue while creating the pod. We're able to, or we're allowed to update the manifest file as necessary. Sweet. So OPA, for anyone who doesn't know, is stands for Open Policy Agent. It is a way in which you could add an extra layer of security on an admission controller level, and that sits just after you authenticate and authorize the accesses. Cool. And it's actually a validating type webhook, um, because there are two types, the mutating and validating. Excuse me. So it tells us here that the Rego configuration map for OPA is in the untrusted registry, um, under open namespace. So let's get the config maps in that open namespace, and we can see here the untrusted registry. So let's actually have a look at that red that config map. Excuse me. Oh, cool. So here we can see in this config map we've got some Rego lang or Rego, and this is a deny policy. It's telling us here that the kind it will deny is the pod's creation with the image import request object spec container. So it's pulling in that as a variable, pulling in the image name as a variable. So if it doesn't start, if the image doesn't start with codecloud.io, then it will effectively deny it and send this message saying the image comes from an untrusted registry. Sweet. So let's just copy that codecloud.io, and we're given a note here saying that in the end, the pod doesn't necessarily need to successfully be running, but just pass that OPA validation. So let's crack open that manifest file, and we'll just simply add that as a prefix of the image, and we'll try and run that, and that should take us past it. And there we go. Okay, get pod in the OPA. Oh, it wasn't in the OPA, was it? Okay, get pod. Excuse me, let me have a look to see where that pod was actually supposed to deploy, on which, yeah, in the beta namespace, and the pod to be named beta dash pod. So that's k get pods in the beta namespace, and there you go. So the container's creating. Obviously, it's probably going to error out because of not checking what image it was. We just care about it being able to get past that validation, that OPA policy, and that's done that. There we go.